Video number 2, you can scan the room to show I don't have any notes out. Okay. I'm going to be doing a physical assessment of your thorax, your chest, and your abdomen. So the first thing I'm going to do is just inspect your skin. The skin on your thorax is pink. It's consistent with the rest of the skin on the body. There is normal male hair distribution. There are lesions noted in the form of pustules scattered throughout the chest and on the arms, on the shoulders here. The chest is symmetrical. It is equal. It is noted to have positive respirations and pulsations. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the chest to make sure that it rises and falls equally with respirations, which it does. I'm going to palpate the chest now, the thoracic area. Do you have any tenderness? No. No, and there is no evidence of any masses noted. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to percuss. Just go ahead and face this way. I'm going to percuss and I'm going to have you say 99.
99, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99.
And that is for tactile fremitus, and it is positive bilaterally. The next thing I'm going to do is make sure that you have thoracic expansion. So I'm going to go to the 10th intercostal space, and I'm going to have you take a deep breath in. And it is symmetrical bilaterally. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check for your diaphragmatic extrusion. So I'm going to have you lean forward and put your arms across your chest. And I'm going to have you take a deep breath in and hold it. Mark here. And then I'm going to have you exhale, and I'm going to have you hold that exhale. And then I'm going to measure. And the normal is 3 to 5, which is what you got. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to percuss over your lungs. And this is normal. You hear Tim thinking. I want to do that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to your lungs, so just breathe normally. Good. And then I'm going to have you put your arms on top of your head. Good. The lungs are clear bilaterally and there's no adventitious breath sounds noted. Next thing I'm going to do is do the cardiac assessment. And the chest is positive for pulsations. There is no thrills noted, no murmurs, and I am going to look at, I am going to auscultate the 5 landmarks of the heart, with the diaphragm and the bell, and they're the aortic, and the pulmonic, Erb's point, tricuspid, and apical. And S1 and S2 are heard. There's no murmurs, there's no bruits, and there's no S3 or S4 sounds. There's no heaves noted in the chest, there's no lifts. I am now going to palpate the pulses. So temporal, popliteal, posterior tibialis, dorsal pedals. And they are palpable bilaterally, and they're strong and equal. Next thing I'm going to do is listen to the carotid with the bell to make sure there's no bruits heard. And none are heard. The next thing we're going to do is check out your abdomen. So I'm going to have you lay down. The abdomen, the skin on the abdomen is pink, consistent with the rest of the body. It's flat. It's symmetrical. There is positive respirations, positive pulsations. There is no evidence of peristalsis, and there's the umbilicus is flat. It's inverted, and colon sign is negative. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to listen to your abdomen. I'm going to auscultate for vowel sounds in all 4 quadrants. And the vowel sounds are heard active at a rate of 5 to 30. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to auscultate over the liver and the spleen, and there are no friction rubs noted. I'm going to listen with the bell over the aorta, which is just to the left of midline. I'm going to listen to the renals and the iliacs. And there is no bruits noted. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to percuss over all 4 quads of the abdomen. And tympany is heard over the abdominal organs, and there's dullness over the bladder. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to percuss around the spleen. And there is dullness noted around the costovertebral margin. I am going to palpate the abdomen, and the abdomen is soft. There's no masses noted. Any tenderness around the umbilicus? No. No. And there's no ballottement, and the ring is consistent. The spleen is not palpable. That is normal. We should not be able to palpate the spleen. The liver, I am going to palpate the liver. I'm going to just reach underneath you. I'm going to have you take a deep breath in. And the liver margins are smooth, and there's no crepitus, and there's no ridging on that, which is good. I am going to palpate the kidneys. The kidneys are located in the retroperitoneal area. Oh, just lay down. Let me lift you. And the kidneys are noted to be palpable and not enlarged, and no tenderness noted. Good. And then I am going to measure the liver. So I'm going to percuss from tympany to dullness. And then from resonance to dullness. And then I'll measure. And its normal is 6 to 12 centimeters. And that should be it. Thank you.